there you are, so still, so vulnerable. I could almost hear your heartbeat echoing through the night air. Honestly, it's enough to make me wonder if you were waiting here just for me. Are you trying to tempt me, my little mortal? Oh, don't look so surprised. You do know what I am, don't you? The pale skin, the fangs, the insatiable desire for something a bit richer than wine. And I have to admit, you smell absolutely delectable. Yes, quite the tempting treat you are. But wait, don't run. I was just teasing mostly. Besides, where would you go? We're all alone out here, under the moon's gentle gaze. It's almost poetic, don't you think? The predator and the prey meeting under a blanket of stars. But you know, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and maybe, just maybe, things don't always have to end the way you'd expect. But first, indulge me, would you? Ah, there it is. That pulse beneath your skin. I can feel it, taste it, even before I bite. The warmth, the life. I promise I'll be gentle, my dear. Just stay still and trust me. I won't hurt you. Not too much, anyway. You were just as exquisite as I imagined. Sweet, warm, filled with life. But I'll stop here. I don't want to drain you completely, you see. I could, of course, but somehow I find that idea rather unappealing tonight. Strange, isn't it? You look a bit dazed. Don't worry, it'll pass. Here, let me help you sit down. Lean against me if you need to. I won't let you fall. You're safe, I promise. You know, I've walked this earth for centuries, seen empires rise and fall, watched as countless lives flickered like candles in the night. I've seen all kinds of mortals, some brave, some foolish, some deliciously naive. But you're different. There's something about you that's comforting, perhaps even captivating. You're not afraid, are you? Even now, after I've tasted your blood. And that's what makes you so special to me. You see, I didn't stop because I couldn't take any more. I stopped because I realized I want something else, something far more valuable than your blood. I want you to stay with me for a while, or perhaps longer than that. It's been ages since I've had company that didn't end in tragedy or in a mere fleeting moment of hunger. You make me feel something that I haven't felt in, well, I can't even remember how long. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, I need you. Not as my prey, not just as a fleeting indulgence. I need you by my side, someone who can share the silence of the night, someone who isn't afraid of what I am, someone who, dare I say it, might even care for me, despite everything. I know. It's quite the confession. And coming from a creature like me, it probably sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth. I've lived alone for far too long, and I've grown tired of the emptiness that lingers after each feeding, each night spent wandering with no one to share it with. I used to think that mortals were fleeting, fragile things, and maybe that's true in a way. Your lives are like the blink of an eye compared to mine, so brief and beautiful. But I've come to realize that there's a strength in that fragility. The way you fight for every moment, the way you live so fiercely, knowing how little time you have, it's mesmerizing. And you, my dear, have that same spark, that same fire that refuses to be extinguished. I find myself longing for that fire, for the warmth of another presence beside me. I want to see you live, to see you laugh and smile, to share your moments of joy and sorrow. I want to be there for it all, not as a monster lurking in the shadows, but as someone who cares for you. Imagine it. Nights spent together under the stars, sharing stories, learning each other's secrets. I could show you the world as you've never seen it. The hidden places, the forgotten corners of history that only someone like me could know. We could travel together, move through the world unnoticed, experiencing everything it has to offer. And when the world becomes too much, we can retreat, just the two of us, into the safety of the night. You'd never have to be afraid again, not of the dark, not of anything. I'd be there, always watching over you, always keeping you safe. You'd be my partner, my equal, someone I could cherish, someone I could protect. And in return, all I ask is that you stay with me. Share these endless nights with me. Let me be the one to make your heart beat faster, not out of fear, but out of something more. I know this is a lot to take in. I'm asking for a great deal, more than any mortal should be asked to give. But I also see something in you, something that tells me you understand, that you're not afraid of what I am, that you're willing to look beyond the monster to see what lies beneath.